Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Walker Venrick with Point Source Sports, bringing you guys another NBA breakdown, and I am more than excited to do so. I love this upcoming slate. I love these game twos that we have for tomorrow. There are so many studs on these playoff slates, especially tomorrow's more so than today's. And I'm going to be able to break down a couple of my favorite plays for you guys. I kept myself just to one stud to break down. I wanted to make sure I gave you guys some line of variety and didn't go too far in depth. But I will not be able to stream tomorrow, most likely before lock. I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I will be answering questions on Twitter and in the Point Source Discord. So if you guys do have any questions, feel free to reach out on Twitter. Link in the description below. Follow me if you have not already. And if you are not a member at Point Source, the Discord is just for members. But if you are, make sure you guys at me or DM me questions over there on Discord so I can get back to you guys as promptly as possible. But we're going to jump right into this one. If you have not already, though, please do leave a like on this video. I greatly appreciate the support as always, and definitely subscribe so that way you guys don't miss any other breakdowns for the rest of this NBA season. And then going into NFL season, you guys already know I will be pumping out NFL content like crazy for the NFL year. But we are going to jump right into this one. The first player I do want to talk about is the stud that is on the cover of this video. That is going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis is an absolute monster. We all know this. He does have a 37.2% usage rating on the year and averages 1.85 fantasy points per minute with a healthy Bucks team like we are expecting to see tomorrow. I am thrilled that the Magic won this first game, and I am also thrilled that Nikola Vucevic went off. This is all great news for us. Giannis seeing 34 minutes is also super appealing. I expect him to see 32 plus tomorrow, and we have seen what he can do in 32 minutes, posting 70 plus in 32 and 33. Giannis is if not the most, he is the most just efficient basketball player in the league fantasy-wise this year for sure. Not even really that close. It's close sometimes with guys like James Harden who are playing without Russell Westbrook. Those numbers are a little bit inflated. However, Giannis does still actually lead the pack. And with the Magic taking game one, that's going to be an immense amount of motivation for a guy like Giannis, the MVP, just to go ahead and take over this game. And with them opening up at 12.5-point favorites, it's not too different than it was in game one. I believe they opened at 12-point favorites in game one. However, with Orlando taking that first game, I am looking for Giannis to absolutely take over and demolish this Magic team in this game. Aaron Gordon, healthy or not, does not affect my love for Giannis. It will affect some of my Orlando Magic player exposures, but barring a blowout, he should see 33 plus minutes again here and be in line for yet another 60 plus fantasy point performance. And that's what we're looking at bare minimum with all these studs in this slate. Real quick, from AD, LeBron, Dame, Harden, and Giannis, we're gonna need at least 60 from him if we're paying 11.3K, because if he does not crush 60 plus, the odds are that one of these other studs was going to be the better value, especially when you're talking about an $800 discount on Anthony Davis, who has a monster ceiling as well. I am just so confident in Giannis after losing game one. He is my favorite stud to pay up for on this slate. And again, with the Magic, potentially keeping this game competitive yet again, if not threatening the Bucks yet again. He could easily have a true ceiling game here and post a monster triple-double. The upside that he provides your lineups and the floor that he's also safely providing, it's too hard to ignore. So he is my favorite play, or my favorite stud of the day, actually, on tomorrow's slate. He's fine in cash. Obviously, I'm very confident with him in cash because his floor is so safe and the upside is also there, so I'm fine with him in tournaments as well. I think in tournaments, you're going to want to play two of the studs in this slate and then kind of reap some more of that 4 to 5K range value. However, there are other routes to go, and I will mention that here with the next play that I'm going to break down for you guys, and that is going to be Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo is an absolute beast. I love playing Bam Adebayo, especially on slates like tomorrow's. I guess it's actually today's. It's 1 a.m. now. Sorry, the Clippers game ended about an hour ago. I just got around to starting this recording. So this is a little bit more of a first look, like I guys kind of warned you about yesterday. I will be doing these videos the night before. Some news may come out if we have a couple Q tags, things like that alter things the next day. So like I mentioned at the start of the video, make sure you guys are active on Twitter. If you do not already, make sure to follow me, because I do tweet stuff out in terms of, if I'm talking about a guy in a video, if anything's changed with that, as well as in the Point Source Discord. But Bam Adebayo did see 35 minutes yesterday, and he has a 21.7% usage rate on the year. He's averaging just around 1.2 fantasy points per minute, and with so many top-tier studs to pay up for tomorrow. Stars and scrubs lineups, like I mentioned when I just said, you're going to want to generally play in your GPPs 2 studs and then kind of reap some of that 4 to 5K range value. When that is the case, stars and scrubs lineups are going to become a normality. And when that does happen, playing these honestly 6.5 to 8.5K players is going to be a huge edge over the field, especially a guy like Bam Adebayo, who has true triple-double upside and can easily post a 50-plus fantasy point game at just $7,500 here on DraftKings. We've seen him drop triple-doubles this year. We've seen him drop double-doubles left and right. I'm really looking for Bam Adebayo to have a monster game against Indy again tomorrow. I was on him in that game one. I told a lot of people to play Bam Adebayo, and I am really looking for him to do it again. Again, he played 35 minutes there in that game one and posted a cool 46 fantasy points, and at just 7.4K, this is not nearly a big enough price jump to scare me off of running it back with Bam Adebayo again tomorrow, only with a $100 salary increase. I'm very confident that he will have a repeat performance against the Pacers tomorrow, if not do better. The Pacers actually allow the second most fantasy points per game to opposing centers out of any team in the NBA playoffs, and they allow the 9th most in the league over the course of the year. Without a healthy Domantas Sabonis, who is a rebound machine, Bam Adebayo should have no issue posting 10-plus rebounds tomorrow and another solid performance across the board. He's an awesome fantasy player because of these peripheral stats, the blocks, the assists. They help out a ton to go with everything else. Granted, I expect him to post a 15 and 10 line. That doesn't include 5-plus assists, 2-plus blocks, and foul trouble has not been something to scare us off of Bam Adebayo thus far. So I'm more than happy to lock and load him into my lineups, and I'm hoping he falls under own because there are so many stars in the slates or on tomorrow's slate. It's going to be very hard to get up to him. And that does remind me, bringing up my last play here, another good play that's going to be able to give us some leverage over the field, but somebody I'm also very confident in. We are talking about Steven Adams. A lot of people have been comparing him to Jason Momoa or Aquaman lately, and I actually just heard that for the first time probably about a couple weeks ago. It was sometime after the restart, though, and I just thought it was too funny. He's averaging 1.1 fantasy points per minute on the year and just had a superb game one against the small front court of that Houston Rockets team. CP3, if you guys watched the game, he was feeding him multiple times, and a lot of the times, and not a lot of the time, but granted, the times that Chris Paul was looking for Steven Adams, it wasn't always a successful field goal, successful layup, a successful short range shot. However, he did shoot relatively effective from the field. I expect this field goal percentage actually to probably rise this game. I think he's going to shoot the ball roughly 12 to 14 times yet again, shooting 13 in the first game. But I think that he should be able to put in 8 or 9 of those, which is a boost to his fantasy points, considering the fact that I am very, very confident that he will repeat this rebound performance, if not do a little bit better in game 2. I think that 12 rebounds or more is not hard to believe at all against this small Houston Rockets team. Look for him to post a 15-10 or better line yet again. He was 6.4K in game 1, and after posting 36 fantasy points, he dropped $800 in salary here on DraftKings. I'm very, very happy to run it back with Steven Adams here, and I'm hoping people flock to Nikola Vukovic, and I think Vuk and Adams actually might end up being a relatively popular duo. Vuk's ownership's not going to be, from what I'm expecting on an early look, it's not going to be too crazy. It's not like people saw that and are just going to just jump the gun and run to Vuk, because we do have so many stars on this slate. However, I do expect it to be higher than it was in game 1. And with that being said, when we're running guys like Bam and Adams will likely be popular. Again, it's a first look. We don't have any ownership projections yet, anything like that at all. I'm just expecting Adams to be popular due to this price. He should be projected industry-wide, no matter what site you guys use for your projections, whether it's us at Point Source or any of the other sites in the industry. He should be projected to do very, very well at this price tag. It's just simply too cheap, and he actually does have immense upside at this price. He's posted multiple 50-plus fantasy point performances and a ton of 40-plus fantasy point performances over the course of the season. I'm looking to go double center tomorrow in a ton of my lineups with Bam and Steven Adams. There's too much range, or too much value actually, at the guard and forward positions for me to want to ignore that. I can easily fit in Steven Adams, Bam, and Giannis into one lineup if I choose to. And then there's just so much value, like I said, at those forward and guard positions. And a little bonus play here. I did skip my article today for Point Source. I'm not going to go into a full breakdown, But Brook Lopez got all of the center attention in that game one, and it was pretty much a full bust, only posting 15 fantasy points at $4,700 salary here on DraftKings. I think people are going to be scared off Brook Lopez now. And when we're talking playoffs, like NBA playoffs in DFS, this is what we love to see. Brook Lopez is averaging just over one fantasy point per minute on the year. He just played 30 minutes in game one and had an extremely inefficient game, shot 0 for 4 from three-point land, 2 for 9 from the field. I'm looking for him to get a couple more takes this game and shoot more effectively, and I'm very, very confident with him being another GPP play, though. And I will probably write an article tomorrow. I can't guarantee it. I do have a doctor's appointment in the morning, but if I do, he will be definitely tagged as one of my favorite GPP plays. And I know that's 3 centers and that you can't fit them all three of them into your lineup. However, I did want to mention Brook Lopez, though, because that's what the NBA playoffs are about. Guys that are in actual favorable matchups. It's not like, hey, Brook Lopez is playing against, the Wizards, but against a Washington team where he can stretch out the court against a guy like Nikola Vucevic. It's actually a very favorable matchup for a guy like Brook Lopez here, and he shot very ineffectively and was weak in the rebounding department. Did not get to the line very much compared to normal. I mean, only shooting 2 free throws. He should see more towards that 4 to 5 range in the free throw department, and I'm definitely looking for him to get a few more takes from the field and perhaps do a little bit better than he did in game one. And after, again, the NBA playoffs, he just played Orlando, obviously game one, going into game two. A lot of the field, especially the softer part of the field, sees how he did in game one, and they don't even question if they're going to go back to him or not. They just avoid him. So I'm confident that he's probably going to fall very under-owned tomorrow, and the upside is there for a 30-plus fantasy point game out of somebody who's just 5K. So definitely keep Brook Lopez in mind, but Steven Adams and Bam Adebayo are my top 2 centers on this slate, obviously paired with a stud Giannis Antetokounmpo, but I do appreciate every single one of you guys for coming out. I know it's late. I'm going to go ahead and upload this video now here. It's 1:08 a.m. Eastern time. If you don't see this tonight, feel free to respond to this tweet if you are finding this link through Twitter tomorrow, anytime that you do see it. Ask any questions you have, anything that might have changed, anybody that you like, feel free to put that in the comment section below as well. I will be getting back to all the comments that are questions in the comment section below. It's going to be a really, really fun slate tomorrow. If you have not already, definitely go check out PointSourceDFS.com, the company that I am a part owner of. It is an amazing site. We do proprietary projections as well as value ratings for NBA players of all positions, every player on the slate. Definitely something worth checking out. So if you do have the time, I recommend that. And I will potentially, again, be able to do an article tomorrow. It depends on how long this doctor's appointment takes. If I get that done in time, then I will get an article up hopefully early in the morning, and that is free content. That is free to the public. Everybody that is, whether you're a member or not, all you have to do is sign up for free, email, password, make an account. It's that simple. Literally all you need is your email and password. Make an account, and you can view the article, and I will be breaking down, if I do get one up tomorrow, an additional 2 plays, but I will probably overlap one, and if I had to guess, that would probably be my guy, ABC, the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. But again, thanks for coming out, guys. Leave a like on the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.